Hey, Peter. Hey, Leah. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon, guys. Good morning to some of you, by the way. It's New York morning, so we're in the New York session. Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are. Hope all of you guys are doing well. Let's give everybody some more time to come in, and we will start. Swiss yen is up. Let's see. I don't have any trade in the Swiss yen, so whether it's up or down doesn't. It's a little. I don't see the big picture for the up. It's going up, but not much. Right, it's going up, so we just broke this top basically. Once you break that top, I'm waiting for any correction before I buy. Right, so it's relevant when you say it's going up. Where is it going up from, and how much? We're already at the top, and once we broke the top, for me, that's it. It has to be a correction before I get into that trade, especially if I'm expecting a down move. We expect it to go up more. Like I said, it's probably going to go up more. This is your fourth session. Great, great, well done. You should have actually. This should have been a sixth session, right? Because this is 3 days now, and we've been doing this for a long time. So I hope you guys are bringing a friend at least. Save somebody from trouble. There are 90% of traders out there losing their account. It wouldn't hurt them to come and look at this method, because I'm going to show you all the trades we took and what happened to them by the end of the week. So far, with Monday we took 2 trades. Tuesday we took 2 trades. Today we took 2 trades. 3 trades I think I took today. I'm going to show you what happened to them, so you would know whether using this method will make you money or lose you money, right? The first day we won the 2 trades we took. We did well. The second day, 1 trade closed for a small loss and you good profit. Today I closed all 3 trades already. I would say so far 1 small profit, 2 of them positive break even. Because I close them in profit, but we don't call that profit. We call it positive break even, because it's pretty much break even. So let's get everybody in, and then we'll be ready to go. Where is Victor? I'm waiting for Victor, my friend. And is he in? Hey, Vic, are you in? I can't see the participants, so I would have to wait until everybody come in before I can see who's in the room. Hey, you see Victor is here. I didn't even know he was here at all. Vic, when you see that there's enough people in the room, give me a heads up for us to start. I don't want to start with, and then we'll have to repeat everything. Oh yeah, we have news today, so we're going to trade with caution. We have a strategy we use to trade when we trade news, but I can't give you those strategies, right? So that's something we do only in our trading room. So what I'm going to do is first let's start with the trades I took. By the way, good afternoon once again to all of you who just joined us, and more traders are joining. Good afternoon to all of you. I will start with the 3 trades I took this morning. The first trade I took this morning was, well, I was already in the CAD dollar trade, right? So I closed that trade. I'll show you where and how I closed it. So not on the first pullback, not when it made this pullback. See, when it made this pullback, I left it. It's when it started to drop here and pull back. That's when I said, well, okay, if they don't break the low and they go back up, we're going to go much higher than this. So I closed the trade somewhere here, right? I entered the trade somewhere here because that was an entry that I had last night. Right, that was an entry that I had last night, and I closed the trade there. I think I can bring that chart up and show you so that some of you guys would understand how and what I do. Let me see if I can open the account. I could flip the chart out and bring it. 2 trades we took in the CAD, by the way, you can see that. So I could undock this and bring it across here for you. So 2 trades we took in the CAD, right? Remember the first trade yesterday we took was here, right? That was the entry. This is just the spread. And we closed that trade here. See, I closed that trade before it get to the top because it started to consolidate. So we closed it in the consolidation. This was the small loss on that one. We had an entry order here. We moved the entry order to this point, but I did not move my entry. I totally forgot about it. And last night I got tagged in it. And this morning it came here, it went up, it came back. When this didn't break the low and start to go back up, I'm like, okay, you got to close that trade. Because it's going to break this top and it's going to go much higher. So you get rid of the trade. So this is the winning from it, this is the loss from that one. Call it break even, both sides. Negative break even, positive break even. Alright, those are 2 trades. So, is this method advising you when to get out of the trade? Pretty good. Pretty much so, right? We will still look for a sell in the CAD because I still expect it to go down more. So let me dock this back. And the next trade we took was the pound. Let me see if I can bring that one up. The dollar pound. So, yeah, this one, I think so. Let me see, where is the trade? Yeah, I got it. Let me put it on the 15 so you guys could see it clear. And let me open this chart. That closed for break even as well. Simply because it's not going. And if, like I told you, if something is not going, then don't trade it, right? This trade here, come on. This trade here, we took the trade this morning here, just where that line is. You see the entry, you see the stop. It came here. And as you can see, when it starts to consolidate in this range, when I see that consolidation, I decided I'm going to close the trade. So the trade closed here. Right, taken right there, closed right there, positive. I'll put it in the 5 minutes so you probably see that. If you can't see it in the 15, it's on the 15. You probably wouldn't get to see it, right? So you can see the arrow, this red arrow, and you can see this arrow here, right? That's the price that is closed. So basically positive, right? Let's go. Why we close these trades? Because they're not going. And as you can see, it didn't go anywhere, right? So dock this back. And the next trade I had was the dollar yen. I don't think I have to go through the trouble of showing you the yen, right? Because I closed it for positive also. It went up, didn't take me out. Remember I said, if this doesn't pull back for me to get break even, I might lose the trade. But it went up there, came back here. Well, you close the trade for positive. Basically, I got a $10 or something like that. Nothing much. Close it for positive, right? You see it's consolidating. So now we can take this entry order off. And we can take this off because we're not getting that move down. And we're not getting this move down as yet. I'll push this upwards. Because that move is still going to come. This move is still going to come. It's a question of when. We very likely here after this consolidation, I think it's going to be some more consolidation here. Like this one. And we're going to get one more up move. I think we're going to get one more up move. And then we'll be looking for this move. So we might even get a buy set up here in the yen. But then we will decide if we want the trade. Let it go up and then we'll be looking for the sell. So those are the trades. I'm going to take these lines off because they're irrelevant now. We don't need them. And you're just blocking the charts. So take those off. Those were the 3 trades. So 3 trades, close positive. Yesterday 2 trades, close positive. The day before 2 trades, close positive. 3 days positive. Great. How is your trading going using support and resistance? See? That's the difference. What you're doing here is you're understanding what the chart is going to do. And these are not good trades because they didn't go. Good trades, when good trades go, you don't even have to do anything. They will take care of themselves. So you notice traders are posting a single winning trade on YouTube. And hey, look, my winning trade, I won $200 today, right? Or I won $50 today. Or I made 40 pips today. That's not going to help you. One trade doesn't show the record. The record is we show 1 week live like we do and show a record for a week. And now those are not the only 2 trades my traders take. Some of my aggressive traders will take more trades because we had more trade setups. I just didn't take a lot of them, and especially for YouTube where I'm busy talking to you guys and answering questions to you. I just want to show you how the method works, right? So you can see. Anyway, by the way, for those of you, I got a lot of questions, people asking about the installment program especially, and the 1 month I promise free, how that works. So I'm going to explain to you very quick. You can join our group. We have a group. We do this live trading twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times daily. I am literally in the group 3 times, the Asian session, the London session, the New York session. That is the 2 sessions you guys are getting for free right now. Those are the 2 sessions that you're getting. We do, and I do one in the Asian session. The Asian session, only the people who are full-time in the group, who's completed the course, they get access to everything for life for free. 1 single payment for life for free, you get access to everything. The only thing you'll have to pay for is the platform. That's the Facebook platform we're using. And it's only $50 a year, which is $4 a month. Now, my traders make enough money, so they don't complain about that. They pay. Every now and then, 1 or 2 traders will complain about it. We cover the cost for them. And every now and then, once a year, you're going to get one really, really crazy person who doesn't want you to pay for him as well as he doesn't want to pay. He wants me personally to cover it. Basically, I'm the one covering it if they can't afford. Sometimes members of our group will cover for them. Right? But you're going to get that every now and then. Yes, it is the best trading group in the world. Now, I would challenge anybody in that. They would say, no, there's a better one. Well, show me one that has 5 live trading sessions a day. I mean 5 live trading sessions a day where they do it exactly the way we do. You come in, you take the trade, you update the trade, you show the trades, you show the results. And where I start all my sessions with, guys, do you have any questions? and I end all my sessions with, do you have any questions? Do you know which group does that? There's a lot of group when you go, you can't even ask questions because they don't want you to ask questions. You ask too many questions, that it's a headache because now they have to answer the questions, right? So we do allow you to ask questions on the chart and whatever we do, right? So if you want to join us, send me a Skype message. The Skype is in the description. For those of you who are too lazy to find the description, I'm going to type it in the chat there. Mangal. Mangal 457. If I type anything wrong, you correct it. Mangal 457. That's my Skype ID. Some traders said, one guy wrote me on Facebook, he said, hey, I don't have Skype. Dude, you're living in an information age. You're living in an information technology. It will take you 3 minutes to download Skype. Send me a message and don't ever use Skype again. Just use it for this purpose. I only use Skype for this purpose. I don't use it to chat. I don't use it to call. I only use it for this purpose because all the information between the two of us is stored in Skype. So if 2 years from now, let's say you lost your code or your ID when you have to come into group, you can't log on, you will send me a message on Skype, hey, I can't log on. I will see that it's you and we will add you back. Very simple. Because we have the conversation. Now there are hundreds of people, so I wouldn't remember everybody. So when you send me the Skype message, I see, okay, this is the person. Now if you send me an email, I'll have to go look for the past email, right? And since I only use Skype for this, it's easy. It's pretty easy, right? You can use Skype only for this. So all you will do is you'll have to log on to Skype again, send me a message, and you're back in the group. And we had people who lost all their IDs. A guy lost his phone and everything, and he doesn't even know how to get back on Skype. So he wrote me an email, and I give him I give him the email he used for Skype, and then he log on to Skype, and then great, he's back with me. See? So that's a good thing. I like to keep this separate from all my other conversations, WhatsApp and everything else. So that's the reason you can send it on Skype. You send it on Skype. Why don't I have a website? People ask me that pretty often. Well, I'm not in the business of selling stuff. If I was, I had a website once when I was doing my electronic business, and I was in business. I had 2 websites. For that matter of fact, we used to be doing a lot of online sales. But now I'm not in that business. Now I'm not selling anything. I'm training you, and if you want to trade, you just join the group and you will learn to trade. We don't have basic course, platinum course, and anything else to sell to you. We are telling you, would you like to learn to trade? Do you like the method we use? Would you like to learn this method? Would you want to be a professional trader? Would you like to trade with professional traders? Not just learn to trade by yourself with a set of videos, but would you like to be in a group of professional traders and trade with them? Would you like to have new friends around the world? We have people from Canada to Australia, from Japan to, what's the other side of the world? Peru? If you go across, depends how you go across. We have, from all over the world, we have people in the group. So you get to make new friends, you get to trade with them, and you have lifetime access to it. You don't have to pay a single cent for the lifetime access. Where is my friend Yatin? I want him to come and remind you that we asked him to pay $4 a month for Facebook, and he got really upset. And because of that, he got not because of that, but he used that to get out of the way, and now he's not in the group. Simply because he can't say to us, hey, I can't afford to pay, and we will pay it for him. Now, you don't want to be that person. It doesn't matter the person. You don't want to have that kind of character. You either pay or you can't pay, and we get you in the group. We're not removing anybody from the group. Only for bad attitude. Right? So let's move on from there. He was here commenting. That's why I use him as an example. If he didn't come here and make any comment, I would never mention that. So the only reason I mention him is because he came to this live session and made his comment. So he opened himself for that comment as a good example to use what you should never do as a trader. Focus on your trading. Let's go make money. We have news coming up. Here's the problem with the news. We do trade the news with a specific strategy. The strategy I cannot use here now to do because I'll have to give you all the details and tell you how to use it. It will be too much, right? So what we're going to do here now is I'll give the heads up to my traders which direction we're expecting the trade to go. Now, if you have a strategy of how you can trade this, right, that would be great. If you don't have a strategy, nothing much I can help you. Let's see, we have some comments. For me, was the best choice I made. Oh, that's for people who are already in the group. Thank you guys, you're doing a great job. And yes, And thank you for letting them know that you're happy you've been in the group. Let the people know, because sometimes people read what's outside there that some crazy people write about me, and the very good people in the group do not make comments, and then it sounds like our group doesn't even exist. According to one guy, they don't even trade live in the group. He literally left after he was kicked out, and he said they don't even trade live in the group. Well, you're witness to that. You don't want people to tell you what to do. I think all of you are extremely smart. Anybody watching this video can make that decision on their own, because you're extremely smart people. I do not do not believe you should base your opinion to join me based on what somebody else said. You should go look at all my videos and then make the decision. Do you like the method I use? Do you think this can help your trading career? If it can help your trading career and it's something you like, then you should join. If you don't like the method, if you don't think this is going to work for you, then don't join. Now we are giving you an offer. If you pay for 1 month installment, which is $100, we will give you 2 months to make that decision. So you give $100, you pay now, you join now the installment program now. If you want to pay full, that's great. You just decided to pay full, you come in the group. But if you're paying the installment and you pay for 1 month, you wouldn't have to make the next payment until 2 months. So you will have a 2 months period to make up your mind whether this is what you want to do. Now all you're going to lose is $1, and you're going to have 8 sessions. So it's like $1 a session. One of this live session is going to cost you $1 to make up your mind. Now, guys, I don't know what you can buy for $1. You can't even buy a coffee for $1. Unless that is a really, really messy coffee. Because in Dubai, where I live, you can't get a good coffee for $1. Nowhere. They will not even allow you in the shop for $1, basically. So, consider you're getting it free. We just want you to pay that $100 so we know that you're symbolically very serious about joining the installment program, joining the course and becoming a serious trader. I'm giving you a week free here to make your decision. If this is not enough, join the installment program. Shows that you're serious about learning. We will give you access to everything. Well, at least access to these 2 sessions, not everything. Yeah, Ovidu actually started as an installment trader, and within a very short period, he just paid everything and came right into the group because he made money. So let's go. Enough of that. We have news. Let's go look at the news setup. Everybody in the room ready to go. I was just waiting for people to come in as well. Let's start. Dollar index. Now, if you're looking at this, I'm looking at this and thinking we need one of these moves. So I wouldn't be surprised if dollar index goes up first and then come down. So the first reaction to the news could be an up move and then the down move. Now, we wouldn't be buying the up move. If I'm trading this, I wouldn't buy it in any sense. I would be looking for a sell setup under the low. Now, it's news coming up, so you wouldn't trade until after the news. My traders, if you're going to set up your trades, if you're going to set up your charts to trade the news, I will give you assistance on the 5 minutes. Right? I'll go in the 5 minutes to give you assistance for the news, but you know how to do it, right? So I'm going to go through it very quick. Silver. I think the big picture is downside. On the small picture, we're consolidating. It's an incomplete one, but on the news, it can drop. Go with the sell. Don't go with the buy. I think this will consolidate here. If the news, nothing happens. If it's a non-event, this will consolidate here. We'll get a flat and then we'll sell. But for now, for the sake of the news, if you want to trade it, go for the sell. Gold, we definitely need to break this stop at some point, so we don't have any trade on the gold during the news. I would assume we're making a running flat here. See this? I'll look for a possibility of a running flat here and upside, but we don't have a trade for in terms of the news. We don't have a trade, right? You realize that, and you know why. Euro is a buy. Stick with the buy on the euro. This looks like a flat separate from the running flat, but stick with the buy on the euro. So this would be off because this is not the trade you would put on. The trade has a different set of rules and different set of criteria for the stop and everything else. We will go with a buy. I actually like the euro for the buy. It's perfect from where it is. Pound. So this morning, by the way, if you were here this morning, if you weren't here, you would watch the video. Make sure you go watch that video. We were here and I was telling traders, hey, this thing is going to come break this low, and then we're going to decide whether it's going up back or whether it's going to come lower here. But if I think they're coming here, I think we'll start to get corrections. I don't think it will come down as sharp impulse, and we said why. So if you're going to trade it in the news, you have to trade it to the upside. Isn't it magical? Look at the arrow. That arrow was there this morning, and look at how that price followed the arrow. Those are called the magical arrows. You know who gave it the name? Somebody in TradingView give it that name, because when I was in TradingView, one guy said, I think one of the moderators wrote that professional traders do not use arrows. And then one of the guys in TradingView went and commented, but those are magical arrows because the price literally follows them. Those are fun time, right? So I was like, dude, those are just arrows. And you know, I'm not such a pro trader as you might think. So I use arrows. Eventually, a couple months after, the very trader who said, hey, professional, don't use arrows, start using arrows in his charts. And I was really like, oh, dude, what happened? You changed from a pro to what you would call a non-pro? I don't know. So people just say things, right? Basically, it works. That's what you call forecasting, and that's how it works. This is one of the only methods that allow you to make forecast. Yes, amateur. Thank you, Vic. When I'm doing this thing, sometimes my language run away. Yes, from a pro to an amateur, he actually went down. So I'm like, dude, you shouldn't do that. You should become better, not worse. Right? So they work. What we're looking for is for this to go up. It's not the arrows work, by the way. The chart moves. We just do the forecast. That was a dumb thing he said. So if we're going to trade this now in the news, it will be for the buy. If we're going to sell it, we need a consolidation. Aussie, definitely a buy. I think this could drop. I'm looking at the 15 minutes here. I believe this could drop back here, come test this area and then go, because we never broke the low, right? So we're still kind of in the consolidation, but the trade is to the upside. So if we're going to trade it only to the upside, not to the downside in the news. New Zealand, well, we can use New Zealand for a sell. So we're going to use New Zealand for the sell in the news. So in the news, we're going to be selling New Zealand. Take this trade off. This is for my traders. If you're just joining me and you're not sure what we're doing, these are updates for my traders. We're not making any trade until after the news, but I'll show you what we do. Basically, in our room, we'll be trading it. So New Zealand will be going for a sell. Yen, go for the buy. Don't trade yen. It's off limit. Trade it because we have this here, and that could be short-lived. So we're not going to trade the yen. CAD, we should go for the sell. We'll take all of these off now. Both of those trades finished. We are out of them already. So CAD, basically, this is looking like a flag, but we don't have a flag here to buy it. So we can go for a sell. I'm not sure whether this will be worth. This is 34.50 to 34. Yeah, you could put it a sell. You could go with the sell. Because if it dropped, we're expecting them to drop through this bottom. So the sell on the CAD is a good idea. So CAD sell, yen we are off. New Zealand sell. Aussie buy. We'll put Aussie for a buy. I'm going to put this symbol so you can see we're putting Pound for a buy. Pound is not a good one. It's very far. Don't trade it. Euro for the buy. We'll take all of these out after the news. I'm just going through very quick. And Swiss. Don't do anything in Swiss. It has to break this low, but then we'll expect it. It can drop a lot, but we don't know that. So we're not going to trade anything in these. Those are for those. Let me go through the... we also have CAD news at 6 p.m. That would be a trouble. We'll probably go for the CAD news and trade it in the trading room if we're finished there. So the indices, let's go through them. S&P 500. The sell is not a bad idea, by the way. The S&P 500 has a perfect sell setup now, especially for the news. If this drop, this would be perfect. Put it up here. Go for the big drop. See if they actually make that big drop. If they just come under the low here, you'll have to get out really fast. Right? If they come to this big drop here, that's a good one. It's not a bad setup for it. Let me see. NASDAQ, take it out. Don't sell it. I'll leave that trade on because that trade might be. But if you're in the trade, you have to get rid of it. Come out of that trade in front of the news. Don't keep this trade. It could go both ways. I expect it to drop, but there's no sell setup there. Well, there's a sell setup, but you wouldn't sell it in the news. It's too close to where the target is. And US 30. No, US 30 looks like a flat for upside. Right, this could come down a little, and I believe it will come down a little. It's going to come back to this area here. You're going to get a flat for upside. Right, so it could drop a little here, but then it's going to go back up really fast. So if you're going to sell the S&P 500, the only one you can sell, you'll have to be very careful. Right, so keep your eyes on that, and let's see how that goes. Anybody want to trade? Well, gold and silver, we don't have anything much in them. I think you've got to be careful. Silver only, you can go for a sell. You can take the silver for a sell, short term. I'm going to put this in aggressive sell just to let you be aware that this is short term. The most immediate trade is upside. If the news is off, we're going to trade this up. Right, so the most immediate trade is up, but for the news purpose, you put it here because if this is a flat, all they need to do is break that up and drop. right? We don't know what it's doing as yet in terms of the flat. We have a sharp impulse and we'll go with that impulse. It means downside. So this would be a sell. I think the news is a non-event and they'll go up. So we'll come back to normal trading. What we're going to do now is we can look at the crosses for trades for those of you who are in trade. So since we have news at 4:30, which is in 20 minutes, we have 20 minutes where we wouldn't be trading anything. So I can look at trades for you guys, right? I can look at trade for you guys. Whatever trades you want or charts you want me to look at, I will go look at them. I would not advise you to, well, I can't advise you what to do, but we normally don't take trade in front of the news. We trade the moment itself, not the news. By that, I mean, we really don't care. You notice I'm putting charts not knowing even what the news is about or what the news results would be. It doesn't matter. We don't care about what the news is. We care about the direction we think this setup is ready to go. Right? And then we assume that there could be momentum. We call it the momentum strategy. That there could be momentum during the news. And if there's huge momentum, we're going to get into that. Basically, that's the whole point. US oil. Let's look at that. So you guys type what chart you want me to look at. We have 20 minutes for that. If you have any question, ask your question. I'll answer them. We have 20 minutes for a quick Q&A. US oil. Now that it broke the top here, again, we don't know where this came from, right? We don't know where the gap went to. Let's say the gap was from here and then it came back here. So they gapped the price to the top there. Some transaction happened here. This broker didn't print it, so I don't know. This broker started printing from here. Then this would be a flat for downside. But if that didn't happen and this one actually came from the bottom here, right? And then went there and come back here, then this is actually still going up. So what do? You can put an entry to buy this flag here. Trade this flag to the upside. Short term. And if it is for the upside, it will go. Can you do any crypto? Yes. Just tell me which crypto you want. Let's go. Any other thing? Oh, Bitcoin. Somebody wanted Bitcoin. Let's go look. We'll do the first three crypto then, the ones that I have. Bitcoin. Let's start with that. Bitcoin sell setup. The most immediate trade, if you have to go with it, is a sell setup. See? Now, how far would this go? I have no idea. Take the trade. This is a top. If that is a top, it can go far. So you may want to take the trade to the downside. I'm on the 15 minutes. That's a 15-minute trade. And the 1 hour, it's a 1 hour flag for downside. That's a good trade, a short-term trade. I would go with short-term. I don't think it's going to go very far. Let's see ETH. This one short-term downside. Basically, it's upside. So you see the short-term, this is going to come down here, but then we're literally going up. But this will not go up now. These are sharp moves. So we'll come here, go back there, probably come back here, and then go. We'll be stuck in this sideways for a while. But downside right now. If this spike, I would not be in the trade because I don't see a buy setup in it, right? XRP, definitely downside, but the next move you should have is upside, right? So we had one move, we got a sharp one, we get 1, 2, 3, we get a sharp one, this is a flat. This should actually go break the top and then drop. But you don't have a buy setup for that. So if you're going to go with anything thinking that during the news it can do something, you will go with the sell. Because the sell is the big move to the downside. Now, I don't think it's going to go down. I don't think it's going to go up. I think the news will be not reflecting on this, and then it will go back there, and then we will get this slow move down. I think we explained why it's going to be a slow move to the downside with a lot of corrections like this, and the impulses would look like that. So there will be trades to the downside. If you're trading in the 15-minute, that would be a heaven for you if it goes down slow. If this chart starts to go down really slow, and you're trading the 15-minute chart, you're going to get a trade every day. Maybe 2-3 trades a day you're going to get, because when it starts moving slow like this, see, it consolidate, it drop, consolidate, drop. Go back up, consolidate, go up, consolidate, go up, consolidate, drop, consolidate, drop. Each one of those drop, if you can fine tune a strategy to pick it up from the top or the bottom, for the up move or for the down move, you're going to do great. But you have to have the skill level to understand them. We do stuff like that in our trading, right? So let's go. What else? Which one did I miss? I did XRP, I did Bitcoin, I did BNB. Somebody want BNB. Let's go with BNB. BNB has a perfect sell setup here now. It's too small, but I think they'll probably do some more here, and then that's a drop. What's the bigger picture in this? Let's go to the 4 hour. The bigger picture is downside too. See this here? This was a move down. They broke out, but it didn't break the top. So that means very likely this comes down back to the bottom here and then maybe go back up. Let me put it in the daily, see if it's gonna go back up from there. Oh yeah, it could go back up. We don't know that. This here comes back here. This here comes back to this level, and then all of this goes right back up to that level. See? From there we come down to this one. I hope that is clear. Go for the sell. Right now you have a 1 hour and a 15-minute sell on it. This is a sell setup you're getting. That is what I would do. If I was trading it, I'll go for the sell. What you do, I don't know. I'm not making trade calls. I'm just showing you how we would trade and how we trade in our trading room, right? ETH, we did that already. I hope you saw it. If you're late, let me go through very quick for you. Try to come early next time because we can't repeat every time somebody come in. We're looking for a sell setup. This is a very good sell setup. Euro Oz, ready for a sell. Let's see that. We still have 15 minutes more, so you guys can ask questions. You can think, and then we'll go back to trading. So Euro Oz. Maybe if we get the flag, do we have a 15? Yeah, we're getting a 15 minutes flag. They're ready for the sell. There was one here already. There's a second one here. I think, Danny, you'll have to be careful because after the second small flag, they might just drop. It might just drop here and then go for the 1 hour flag, right? So you get one, you get two, you get that one, then they go for the 1 hour flag. It could make a number more, so you can take the trade, but just be on the caution side, right? If you get one big drop, that's good. Pound Swiss. Pound Swiss, let's see. Oh, we broke the low, right? So we wanted all the Swiss pairs to break the low. And when they break the low, then we start to decide whether we're going to get upside, right? Because we're looking at this structure. I'm looking at this structure and I'm thinking, you know what? This thing has like a top there. I don't think we're coming back down to the low. I think they broke this to go back up. But here's the deal. What if it's coming down and I'm wrong about that? So if I'm wrong about that now, you don't want to sell this one. This one is pretty dangerous because close. Now you want them to make any consolidation under here will be a continuation back to the bottom. We will change the pattern. Remember, we looked at this pattern for the two possibilities. We looked at this inside and see which one we think is the right one. And we still didn't come up with a really good thing. So what we're looking for now, any reversal here with a flag is buying to break this top and keep going up. So the buy setup is a better deal in terms of risk to reward. The sell is a short one because every flag would be one drop. And right now you don't have anything. This was a sell setup this morning. We spoke about that. But like I said, I will not take the trade because once they break this low, we don't know what happens. So let's say you sold it there. Your stop has to be here. You're pretty close to 1-to-1, but you have to move that into profit. So you could have got a 1-to-1 trade, and it's mostly luck as to how far it's going to go. We don't know that. But from there we can see. I mean in terms of pattern thing, right? Once they break that low, that pattern is completed. Now, well, the criteria for completion is there. It can stop. Now that doesn't mean it can't go lower. If this is somehow a top, well then we will see when this makes flag. Alright, so good. Anything else? Anybody, any other trade setup? Let's go. Any questions you have? Don't be shy. This is the one place you get to ask your questions. Any questions? Anything? Let's go. I want to thank the group from Ayub group. I think the group from the Middle East that shared the link with their traders. We've got hundreds of traders coming from that group. Thanks to them, and a lot of those traders are writing me messages in Arabic. Please write it in English. I converted. I got actually a whole email from one of them, and that is a broker in the Middle East that wrote me in Arabic. For some reason, because I live in Dubai, they thought maybe I speak Arabic. I don't. Yeah, the Discord group. So you guys, please write me in English. I do not know Arabic. All right, so a lot of them came, and thanks for that. I didn't expect so much good turnout from them. I hope to get all 800 plus that they have in the group to come in. Let's hope we can get them by the end of the week. Can you check C98 USDT? That's another one. These cryptos are too many for you guys to trade. Who come up with all these cryptos? You know, all of them can't survive, right? Some of them are going to crash and burn. C98 USDT. I think some of the crypto people will be coming into the group also and ask me to check their crypto because I do get offered to promote a lot of cryptos and I refuse all the offers. Right? People call me every new crypto that comes out as an influencer. They said, you have a nice channel on YouTube. Would you like to do a video on this crypto and we will pay you? I'm like, no, thank you. I do not promote paid promotion, but if you come into the group like and you ask for the analysis here, maybe I'll do it for you. And it's free, right? So, and most traders will get to see it. If it's a good one, they will even use it. So those guys, if you want, you can get it free. You don't have to, you know. Oh boy, this is at the bottom here, and it's really, really at the bottom. This thing can go lower than that, than 25 cents. Yeah, zero is close to 20. It's going down. You have a sell set up here. This is a sell. See this? That's a sell set up, and we haven't broken the low, so it's still going to go down more. See, that could be a flat all by itself. It could be making a much bigger flat here, which means this come back to this level and still go back up and still drop again. But I think from there, they'll go down. So right now, it's downside. Big picture, small picture, everything is downside. Even this piece here looks like it's going to try to go down back to the low. So on the 1 hour, if you get any sell setup, go for it. Right, if you get any sell setup here, go for it. This could be all the correction. Goes break the top. I don't think this would be part of the correction. I don't think we're trying to make something like this. Well, if you're trying to make something like this will stop here and go back up. So wait for this to drop a little more, make another flag, and then trade. Anything under this low, trade it for the downside. If it wants to go back up with a flag, trade. But if it wants to go back up, well, you wouldn't be in the thing. Ignore the buy. Okay, Amazon. I think we have Amazon on. We had it on for a long time. Nobody was trading it. I don't think much is happening in it. Let's go. Okay, it's coming down a lot. And I still think there's more downside here in this one. See, we came back pretty deep here, so whatever this is doing here is probably going to come back. You probably get a flat like this on downside. Okay, this looks like the correction, the core correction in that small one. So let's go into 1 hour. And in the 1 hour, you have these two moves. You have this sharp move and this sharp move. So this is kind of making correction. I think you can see that. Probably go up, go up, go up, come back here, make a flat like this. Go back up and then drop. So if you're going to trade it inside of this correction, every small flag you get, take it for a small impulse. No big direction, just take it for a small impulse. Because it could be the last impulse up before it comes back. It's still going to stay in the correction for a while. It works for anything. The wave theory works for anything. The principle of the wave theory is nothing goes in a straight line. Now, unless your crypto is going one direction, a straight line, then wave theory doesn't work. If it makes patterns, then wave theory works. Now, what could happen in the cryptos is that the patterns could be different from the Forex patterns. So far, I haven't found them to be very different. I think they're pretty much the same type of patterns that we see on Forex. I have seen a few slight variations of the patterns on cryptos, and we noticed it, we traded. Right? No, it's not about Forex. It's about the theory. The theory works on anything that you can plot on a chart. So let's take your life. If you give me all the data of your lives, let's say time against action, what you do. So the time that you do something and what you normally do that time, and we plot it on a chart, I guarantee you will be seeing patterns. Because I think you pretty much wake up about the same time every day. You pretty much get ready, whether you have to go to work or not. You will, take your shower, brush your teeth, do your stuff, take your breakfast. If on the way to work, you normally work at the same place at least for a year. So your distance that you travel from one point to the next point will be plotted on the chart for a year, and you will see some very distinctive patterns. And that's what will work, right? Wave theory will show you patterns that there, and then we can tell you, looking at those patterns, what's going to happen. I could go with very high accuracy what you're going to do 4 weeks from now. Right? So I'm looking at the chart today, and I can tell you 4 weeks from now, Monday, such and such date, such and such time, I expect you to do this. Right? We expect you to move from point A to point B. And you would say, how the hell do you know that? Well, you might not even know it as yet. Until that time comes and you did move from point A to point B, because the probability of that happening would be about 90%. Because that's what you do every Monday. at that time. Right? We go back to your charts except for the Mondays that you were sick. You didn't go to work. See? So basically, it works everywhere. And that's what we're doing. We're looking at patterns. We're saying every time we see a pattern, what does it look like? What's the most common patterns we see? How many different type of patterns exist? All of that we teach you. We teach you how to recognize them, how to understand what is the next pattern that will form. Traders find it difficult sometimes to figure out, okay, what is the next pattern? How do I look at this? You remember what I told you here in this just now? Just out of curiosity, yes if you remember, no if you didn't remember. Don't worry, I'm not taking a quiz. I just wanted to see if you remember what I just told you, how this pattern will develop. Just a yes or a no, no problem. I'm not going to ask you to do it. Because I'm pretty sure 80%, exactly, 90% of the traders in here who are not my traders don't, I think 99% don't even realize what I just said. My traders immediately can tell you everything I just said. They will repeat it because they understand the pattern the minute I think it. They're trained to recognize patterns, so they're just like me. We learn the same thing. So what I said is you got a small flat here, it goes up. You get a small flat here, it goes up. You get a small flat here, it goes up. But this is your impulse in which we're correcting. So whether you break that up or not is irrelevant. You will still come back for this impulse here. And when it does that, you'll get a flat. The flat could be an expanding flat, a running flat, a contracting flat, a regular flat. Those are flat patterns, right? And then this is the impulse into that pattern. So the likelihood is it's going to go back out of it this way. And that is called a simple flat pattern. Now it could still repeat the thing here, come back here, repeat that, come back here. And this would be a complex flat pattern. You could get much more complex pattern than what I show you. And I can show you an example of what I'm talking about. This now could do like this. Go break that top. Come back here, do this again. Break this top. Come back here, do this again. Come back here. And then all of this goes up like that and then drop. That's a flat pattern, but it's a complex flat pattern. Now I showed you two possibilities of how this chart could develop. There are more than that. Right? This is where you would know whether somebody is really good at wave analysis, if they understand the complexity of the whole thing. If they can do what I just did without showing you just, if they can show you all the possibilities in chart of how it's going to develop. Now you would say, well, if it can do so much of that, how the hell am I going to trade it? Right, news in 3 minutes for my traders. Okay, we'll go to the news and we'll come back to this. My traders, I'll put it in the euro, since I think the euro is the best one for you guys to trade. I'll go into 5 minutes and give you an update and give you a heads up what to do. It looks like a non-event, and let's hope it's a non-event because a lot of good trades can be spoiled. You guys would know what to do. I'll tell you, give you a kind of indication what we're going to do. I think we have, this is 0923 to 0938. Okay, good. Depends on where you should have it somewhere around there. We'll wait for 3 minutes. After the news, we'll go back to normal trading. You guys will tell me what you want to trade, and we'll go look at them. For those of you who just joined, good afternoon. What we're doing here is what my traders will be doing. They will be using a specific strategy we use to catch momentum. It's called the momentum strategy, which means we believe that during the news, you get very big moves that are momentum moves. Structurally, we will take the trade the same way we will take the trade if there was no news. So this morning, remember I said we're looking for a buy in euro, which means we're still looking for a buy, but we're just assuming that now it can go with a very big move. Or nothing happens. So if there's going to be a big move, we will get the trade, we'll try to catch a trade. If nothing happens, then nothing happens. 80% of the time, nothing happens. And that's a stat we can tell you we have actually tracked. Why? Because we trade every single news event. Right? We trade the news event, not the news. So my traders will tell you they'll come there, we trade all the FOMC, every possible event you get out. 80% of the time, nothing happens. Well, the high impact news, I should say. In 1 minute, we'll see if there's a reaction to the news. Sorry that today is a little off because of the news, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get at least one trade in this session, because so far we've been getting good trades. Or we can use it as a very nice Q&A session if you guys want. I can show you one of the myth of what people tell you why you don't need to learn, why you don't need to learn anything. You just take a few mechanical rules and you can make money. And I will show you where it doesn't work. Literally, I'll show you where it doesn't work. I'll tell you the exact thing what they tell you works, and I'll show you that it doesn't work. And that's the thing you need to do. You need to go and back test it. Good. Upside. If you're in the trade, go, 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 go. My traders, if you're in the trade, go, 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 go. Put the break even. You guys should watch on your chart when you think you're going to take profit, because it will pull back, right? You will watch on your chart. I'm in the 5 minutes. So when you think on your charts this is the time to take profit, take the profit. Don't hold it for too long. So this is what we do in our trading room. This would be a winning trade with profit coming out. Basically, we do this every new session. Anybody tagged in any other trade you want me to look at? Pong went up, but Pong you shouldn't take. It's very far, right? I warn, be careful. It's too far. It's still positive, but it's a little far. Aussie went up. Aussie is amazing. I think some of you took the Aussie. I hope you did. This is an amazing trade. Anybody in the Aussie? My traders. Where are all my traders? Gold. Somebody took gold. We didn't trade the gold, but you took the gold to the upside. That's a dangerous one. You see, I don't know where you put your entry. If you put your entry here, you really got it. Okay, we got people in the Aussie. So, good. You guys decide where to take your profit. I'm not going to do that here, right, openly. Okay, you also took Aussie. So, good. Traders, you guys know what to do, right? Know when to take your profit. It's still going very good. So, there's no reason to close the trades as yet. By rule, you shouldn't be doing that. Yen is going down, by the way. But we couldn't sell the yen, right? It's going down, but we couldn't sell it because... You know why, so we will wait. This would be a good sell after the fact, though. CAD is going. Anybody in the CAD, you're doing very well. CAD, you may want to move to break even or faster because it could pull back. See, this came from very far away. New Zealand, let's see. New Zealand went up, so you wouldn't be in this trade. Take it off. If you have the entry, take it off. So Aussie is the right one. Aussie is the good one. Euro is the best because Euro is the one we assume is going to go much faster. So you see what we do in our trading room. This would be amazing profit. This week has been really good. Okay, from here, guys, you take over the management of your trade, right? It's still going as by. I don't see any reason why you should close it as yet. Even on the way we traded, I don't see any reason you guys should close it as yet because they're going. We keep making new higher highs. So there's no reason to close. But you decide when you want to take profit. Let's go. Let me answer a question while we're waiting. What would be a good advice if you want to start trading? How to manage the money you put in every operation? I see that you note which structure are interesting. But what percent of the money you take? Okay, Borja, right? Borja, you were not here on Monday. I'm pretty sure you were not here Monday. You didn't join the sessions I had on Monday, right? If you started 1K, how many opportunities you take? No, you wasn't, because that's exactly the topic we covered. So I would advise you to go to my YouTube channel, and there are 2 videos on Monday that I did. Watch both of them. The answer to your question is in those videos. We actually covered those topics. So I wouldn't repeat it because all these people who keep coming here all the time wouldn't want to hear me waste the time repeating it, right? You go check it, there is there. We didn't cover it. Anything else? What else you guys want to know about? My traders will be watching it now to take profit. It's starting to pull back. That means you'll be taking your profit, right? And if you want to trade it after that, we'll go back to the 15 minutes and continue. USD Swiss is there. Let's see. The USD Swiss, we didn't take it. There's not much to the downside. Like I said, it fall a lot, but if you took it good, you take profit out of it. We'll be looking for the reversal of this very soon. I mean, you're in the Swiss sell. So according to the forecast, we expect it to go there, right? You can see the arrows are there. If you were here from Monday, the arrows are there. When we trading the news, we would pick the ideal ones. Some of them we will not trade because you don't have to take all of them. That's the whole point. You just do one or two trades. So Aussie went well. US, the dollar went well. The counter to that was the New Zealand. If you don't understand what I mean by that, my traders get it. So the counter didn't work. We take it off. If you take that trade, you may want to move your stop very tight because that will correct itself. If it makes a big move like that, it will correct itself. It will make a flag, and then we will sell it on the 1 hour and the 15 minutes again. I think it will reverse. Here's the thing. I think this one is going to reverse because, well, not reverse. It's going to pull back pretty deep because we have this move. See this move here? We're waiting for that move. So now that it is down there, at any point it could come back and give us that move. So now you want to move very, very tight to get your profit. I'm not saying close your trade, but I say move stops very tight. Let's see in the 5 minutes what it's doing. It's still going, by the way. The 5 minutes is still going. So if you want to put a stop and stay with it, not a bad idea. So call it a profitable trade. My traders would have taken profit from these trades. So good job. Now we have CAD news at 6 p.m. Now is 4:30. We will trade the CAD news in the trading room, 6 p.m. I think I can be there 6 p.m. We'll try. We have 7 p.m. CAD news. We have a lot of news after that, but I wouldn't be there for all of them. We have 10 p.m. FOMC. We have FOMC today, FOMC minutes today. That's today. Oh, we normally trade FOMC. If they're going to reverse, here's what we're going to do for my traders. If we start to see the reversal happening, especially like trades like the Swiss and CAD and all of those, what we're going to do is we will come in the room for FOMC. I'll let you guys know in the group. I'll post in the group if I can come in for FOMC. Because if they're going to reverse, we will come and trade it. Right? You took the Euro Oz sell. Oh, good one. Good one, by the way. Well done. This is not affected so much by the news. It's just going down this much because Aussie is going up much more than the Euro. Aussie is actually like going up, still going up. So good job. But this one, start looking for profit taking here, right? Because I don't know how far it's going to go. Move your stops, follow the little flags and move your stops upwards towards it. If you take profit already, no problem. You did well. So if you're a guest here, if you're here for the first time, you actually see us do it live, right? This is not hindsight posting. Hey, they said they bought Aussie, but they didn't buy it, right? This is real-time trading for you. Questions? Let's get some more questions. Come on. A lot of you in the group are looking at that and thinking, well, I should have probably put my entry order in if I knew what the strategy was, right? Anybody else who is not from my group took the trade? Just out of curiosity. Yes or no? Just type a Y or an N. If you're not in my group, but you took the trade, my traders take it. I know they took the trade, but if you're not in my group, any one of you took the trade? I'm going to wait a while for the answer because there's 30 seconds thing. One yes. Okay, no Forex in the Ramadan month. Okay, but you're watching. Okay, that's good. 2 yeses, 1 no. But there are more people. If you didn't take it, well then okay, not everybody answered. But some of you took it. Great. You made some profit, right? So that's a good thing. You're welcome, Ali. That's what we do here, right? And if you would like to join one of the most amazing group with all the amazing traders and you would like to have this on a daily basis, every day for the rest of your trading career, join us. Right? It's not going to be that difficult. So all my traders are out of the trade, I assume, with profit. So let's go. We're going to move now. Now, if they start to reverse, we're going to start to look for trades to the opposite direction, right? Remember, Aussie still has to go down. Swiss has to go up. Aussie, we're going to be looking at the Aussie as a flat here. We're going to be looking at that as a flat for up for downside now. Because remember, this was a correction. This was the move down. If that starts to reverse, we'll go in the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes. We'll come back in FOMC and we're going to trade it downwards. Good job. You close the goal for some profit. Good. I'll join to educate me. Maybe not, no, but I'll come in sure. Sure, you're welcome. Here's the thing. You cannot pay for all the knowledge you're gonna get. That is free. The knowledge we give you is free. That's why I'm doing this for free here. This is free knowledge. What you will be paying me for when you join the group is for 6 weeks of my time to train you. That's all you're paying for. After that, everything else is absolutely free. 5 sessions a day you can't pay for. Trust me, 5 sessions of these days. If you go to a lawyer or you go to a doctor 5 times a day, you gotta pay every time you go, right? I think you guys know that. You can't pay for all this, right? You're in France and you're English, no problem. If you understand enough English that I speak to get a idea of the concept to trade, you should join. There's a lot of French traders in the group. There's a lot of people with English you will learn from. You will be forced to speak English, so you might learn it faster. We will not charge you for the English courses. We'll just charge you for the 6 weeks course, right? Well, if you understand everything, what's the big deal? Right? We're not even going to charge you for the English you're going to learn. Can gold break top and reverse, or it will hit high? I have no idea if it will break top and reverse or hit high. We're not looking for it. You mean this piece here, it's going to break this top and reverse? We don't know that. It could continue to go. We will trade every flag we have. Right? So gold was a buy. The only problem is we didn't have the setup for the buy. But if you took the trade from this one, like I said, there's a running flat. For those of you who are here, you could go back and watch a recording. I said this would likely be a running flat. We're coming to break this top. We still have to break that top. Right? So gold still has some more upside to break that top. Any flag you get there would be a buy to break this. So when it breaks that top, that's when you're going to be careful, right? So New Zealand yen. You want a New Zealand yen. Okay, let's take a quick look at New Zealand yen for you. It's still a sell, but it's not going to go so fast and it's not going to go so far, right? So you see this consolidation in here? That's a sell setup. But this sell setup is telling me that the most it can go is probably come here. And then because, it might even break this low. But then they're going to do this again because we're going to consolidate here for a long time. So I would say ignore it. When we see things like this, we tend to just don't trade this. I mean, why were we with New Zealandian when Euro just took off like a rocket? You follow what I'm saying, right? We select trades and then we look at the ones and said, okay, these are not going, ignore these, go with the ones that are going. Right? Don't focus on the New Zealandian. It's a waste of time. You'll be stuck there for a long time if you're in the trade. So when we notice that it's going to start to go, then that's when we'll come back to the trade. Can you please check yen in the 4 hours time frame? Let's see. It depends on what you're looking for in the yen in the 4 hours time frame. I expect yen to go down. See that arrow there? We were in the yen sell, if you remember, right? We closed it during the news. We'll be selling the yen, right? Some of my traders should have taken sell if they want. If they didn't take the sell, don't worry about that. We're coming to this one. So here's what we're gonna do now. From now to FOMC, we want this. FOMC is at 10 p.m. my time. From now, and now is 5 o'clock. So in the next 5 hours, I want this thing to consolidate here. And if we get this consolidation, we could get this one here. Right? We want this trade. This is the trade we want. And after that, we're going to go back up. Now, these arrows are here when you join me, when you guys join me on Monday. And remember, I tell you, regardless of what happened, we're going to get that sharp one down. Remember, we tried to sell this, and we tried to sell this morning. Amazing, right? This is what you call wave analysis. It has nothing to do with the bloody news. I didn't know what the news was going to be when I tell you Monday when we came in here that you are going to get this move down. Right? Well, you're getting it. It's like I know what the news is going to be, right? That's the power of wave analysis. You don't have to know what the news is. I don't even know what the news is. I don't care what the news is. We don't trade the news. We trade the moment of the news. That's a different thing. Okay, great. So once it starts coming down, we'll get a flag, we'll sell it. We want the 5-hour flags there to sell, right? We want it to come down, make impulses, and get a 5-hour flag. If it's going to correct in there, then I think Euro could go some more because you see this one has to drop a little here before it goes back up. So Euro might make a correction and will give us a trade. You could get a flag here and then it could literally take off. So if we get a flag here, we could go break this top. Oh, we will probably go there and come back. We will go some more up. They can go some more up. And then they'll probably come back here. So this afternoon, if it does move, if we see the correction, we'll come and do it. If there's no correction and it's just kind of pulling back, we'll skip it. It could take 5 hours to pull back as well. 5 small candles. Do you trade all the patterns, or are you skipping contracting ones? It sounds like you are in my group, or you're either in the installment program. We don't normally even forecast the contracting flats. We do them sometimes, like in the case of the euro. You see this euro, we can clearly see it. We saw the possibility that this is a contracting flat. If you had a flag here, you'll consider it buying it. We don't trade the contracting flat as such, but if we have, but your question is very pointed. That's why I said, because all my traders will tell you, right, that we don't really look at the contracting flat that much. If it's a 15-minute or a 1-hour contracting flat, we don't trade it. If it's a bigger contracting flat with possibilities trade in the opposite direction, like this euro contracting flat, we saw that, we knew that was a contracting flat. Any flag to the upside we would have taken, right? With caution, of course. USD is going to, that wasn't actually what type of currency is fast and good for trading. All of them move, my friend. There's no type of currency. There are some currencies you shouldn't trade, but the basic currencies that we trade, all of them move. Literally, that was in news, and one of my traders took the Aussie cat euro Aus to the downside because we were expecting it to go. See those arrows? You see how it's following the arrow? We're getting this move. Remember what I told you guys? Go back and look at those charts and then compare them. Remember this? I told you this is going to come back here. Remember I told you this is going to go up, break the top, and then turn and come here? Go back and watch the video. That is recorded. It's not something hindsight we looked at. And we told you about this move before you got it to break the top. I told you, though, be careful of selling this. It's going to go back up there, break the top, and then the likelihood is going to come down. So when it comes down, there's a sell. It will probably make another consolidation, drop here, and then we'll be looking for a buy setup. So every flag we get will sell. What else? So there is no, in terms of that currency, choose any currency. It doesn't matter. Choose any one. They'll go. And since we normally would like to get 4 or 5 trades a day, not all of them are moving the same time. Some of them have consolidations. Some of them it's ready to move. So we literally go with which ones we think are ready to go. We look at the patterns. So with all of these currencies you see here, you see all of them that we have here, right? Not all of them have this flag next to it, right? The flag is a stage in which there is a trade setup about to happen. The trade is active, or we're already in the trade, basically. Which currency doesn't take a lot of time in movement? Any currency that has completed a lot of time in correction. So here's the deal. First, it will take a lot of time in correction. You'll get an impulse and it will take a lot of time in correction. And once you have a lot of currency that already completed a lot of time in correction, we'll have a sharp movement. So what do we do every day? We come in and we look for trade currencies that are a lot of time in correction and ready for the sharp movement. See? It's that simple. Now, if you can repeat that, good job. If you can't, join us. We'll show you how it's done. I guess they are less profitable. I don't know to what that statement was made, but I would assume to something, right? I know they know I'm not, you're not in the group. The US 30, we'll look at that just now. We already looked at them. I'm learning myself. Everybody's learning. I'm learning as well. We never stop learning. And the good thing in our group, we never out to the corrections, I see. Corrections are not, we don't trade the corrections. We trade, you mean if it's in a bigger correction. If it's in a bigger correction and you're trading the smaller impulse in a bigger correction, you could use, here's the thing about trading. There is no, you could vary how much you want to risk in it. So let's say, can you make a lot of money on a 20 pip movement as you can make a lot of money on a 100 pip movement? Yes, it all depends on where you're putting the stop, how much you're risking in the trade and all of that. There's a lot to trading than the simple things people want you to believe. A lot more contracting on crypto, right? Not necessarily. I can't say for sure that is so or it's not so. I haven't done the back testing on all the cryptos. You need to do a lot of back testing in that. But yes, they do have contracting flats. And it's everywhere, but not as common as you would think. Right, so somebody wanted the US 30. Let's go take a look, see what happened with the US 30. Actually, that went up. So, well, everything went up. So that will naturally go up. This one, the reason you close this trade, and I said close it before the news, is that they go up. This by itself doesn't mean anything. See, this is the impulse. So we can still go back down. The correction is just getting bigger. This looks like we will put this as the core correction here now. And then we will have more corrections inside of the corrections, right? It's just getting more complex. S&P 500, this is the only one you should have the entry order in, and that didn't go. It break the top. So now we will relook at the whole structure. If you want to know what I mean by relook at the structure, watch the first 2 webinars we did that are free. I explained that in there, right? So I would look at this now as the move here. Now, I don't think this is all the correction, so we're still in the correction. And that means I expect this to do something. I expect this to do something like this. Come back here, go back there, come back here, and then go. I'm looking for this pattern. See? This would be the running flat inside of this one. Now, if you get a flag here that is a short sell, then you can buy it and you can sell, then you can go for this. Pretty simple, right? So, okay, guys, right now, trading anything would be useless because they all moved. All the majors moved. That means what you're waiting for now is for them to either reverse with an impulse, make a consolidation, then you can sell it, or they consolidate where they are and then we can buy it. We can look at cryptos. I don't think cryptos moved. I don't think cryptos has anything to do with that news. Although you did have, let's see Bitcoin. Bitcoin did go up a little. Yep, this was a perfect sell setup. It went up to the top. You wouldn't be in the trade. So this is what we would look at. We look at this and say that's a perfect sell setup. Put an entry here. Now remember, it's still going up. It go back to the top. All it tells us now is that you're in a bigger flat, right? So crypto, like I said, we don't know how crypto behave. This is a slow one. Would it come back to the bottom here? Yeah, I think they can come back. This correction just got bigger, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if they come back, retest the low, but now it's not a sell because it went back to the top. So the sell is off. This is where you thought that the correction was doing this, but the correction actually did this. So now it's going to come back here and only look for a buy setup. See? Somebody answer. Somebody answer to your question as to which pair and which one. When you come in the group, what we normally do is you can choose which pair you want and you can do some. We have specific back testing you're going to do it. I would say choose pairs when you trade, that move when you trade. Choose pairs if you trade the Aussie, the Asian session. Pairs that move in the Asian session. If you trade the London session, pairs that move in the London session. If you trade in New York session, trade everything. Everything moves. Like this session, everything moves. Can we please check Aussie yen? Okay, we'll go to Aussie yen in a second. Right, so let me explain this one. So this one now has turned from a possible sell setup to only buy setup. See? Pretty easy. Now you don't have to get that trade. There's nowhere you can get that trade. If you think you're gonna look at a flag like this every time and get it, I want you to take, let me say, the flag for the downside and buy it. Here's a flag for downside. See this one? Very similar to what we had. Try buying that one and see if it goes up. Here is a flag for downside. Try buying that one and see if it goes up. Right? Every time you get, here's a flag for downside. Try buying this one. This one only went to there and then it dropped. So it doesn't mean that that flag is the start of a correction. It doesn't mean the correction can come higher. It just means this is not a correction you would buy into. It's a news event. You probably wouldn't do that. So now we can pull this whole thing here as the correction. And I still think we're in the correction. We haven't completed it. So that means upside, which is good news for those of you who are long term. Right? Let's go look at Aussie yen. Nothing. We're still in the correction. Nothing here. I wouldn't buy it. I'm not buying into this movement. I'm waiting for this trade. And then this trade. So the higher it goes into this, the more the upside is confirmed. This would be a very good trade, actually. Don't miss it. So okay guys, I think that's it. And anything else you guys want to look at? If you have any questions, we can take questions. Any questions? Any questions you have, don't be shy. We normally take about an hour and a half. We normally trade more, but because after the news, nothing much will happen, and especially when the news moved. DE30, let's look at DE30 for you. So I'll remind you once again while I'm looking at this, send me a Skype message. The Skype is in the description, or I typed it already. If you would like to get access when this week is finished, you would like to get access, continue to get access to this every day for the rest of your trading career. Right? So this one is, it's going up, but I wouldn't buy it there as yet. We have this sharp move behind us to this thing. So you see that pulling back there? If we get a flagger, we start selling for this move. So be careful. If you took the buy in the news, I hope you took it off. We don't trade this in the dollar news. I'm a stock in the euro sell. Wow, we just bought the euro. Where are you stocking the euro sell? You have to send me, here's what you can do. Send me a copy, send me a snapshot on Skype of the entry. Where is it? How much it's risking in your account? And let me see if I can do. You took the sell yesterday. Which sell you took yesterday? I can't remember us selling euro yesterday. 10895. We didn't sell euro yesterday, so I'm not sure where you got the sell in the euro yesterday. You took the sell where? One point. Let me see where you got stock in zero. 1.08895. That's somewhere 89. That's somewhere here you go. Well, this is where you sold the euro. You sold the euro here. There was no sell set up there. If you're trying to sell the euro here, as a matter of fact, I think we were looking for a buy setup on this based on this one. So if you're trying to sell this, you would have to wait for it to make a flag. And that will be your sell setup. And yours, by the way, if you sell it there, are you still in this trade? Why would you still be in that trade? That's the question. See, the problem is that you shouldn't be in that trade. If let's just assume you took it, that wasn't a trade, but let's just assume you took a trade there. It comes here, it pull back, it comes here, you see this flag. What do? You exit the trade. Even if you had a stop here, you close the trade right here, and it seems you don't have a stop because you're here today. No, even if you're aware of the news, news or no news, we just bought it. News or no news, you're not supposed to be in that trade. Until then, let's say you accidentally click the news here. This is actually, if you accidentally click it, you should be out of that news right here. But let's assume you didn't get out there. You got out when you see this flag, because when you see this flag here, that means this is going up. Right? So you have to get out. You should join the group because I don't know how much money or what size you're trading, but whatever you lost in there would be enough to pay for 1 month of saving you a lot of trouble. Because that's really shouldn't be. Why didn't you tell me before now? We had a session this morning. We had sessions where I would tell you, get the hell out of that thing there. Don't stay with it. And even before the news. Now I don't know where you can put the stop. I don't know how much your account can hold, because like I just explained to everybody, euro could go up a little more. It will probably come down, but I wouldn't wait on that. I wouldn't hope on that it's going to come down, because yen is dropping. Now yen could drop all by itself. This could come down here to this bottom. If you look at all the structures, right? This could come down here all by itself. It has nothing to do with the euro. Right? This could just drop by itself without the dollar influencing. But if it's the dollar movement and this is dropping because of dollar, then euro will go up some more. So that could be a problem. Let me see what else. Now there's nothing you can do. You can either, and it doesn't make sense closing the trade there. If you're going to close the trade, wait for it to pull back. Right? No, that's not how it works. Not because it's not going up fast, it means it's going to come back to the break-even point. So that doesn't say send. Well, you're already in the trade, and nothing I can even do there now. When it starts coming down, I'll see what the best we can do for you, because but you have to put the stop somewhere. I don't know where. You have to put a stop somewhere in case that thing just keeps going up. There is no reason why euro should not go up. Look at my Monday webinar. Remember what I said to people on Monday. There's no reason why the euro has to come back. It could just keep going up because we completed a flat already, and there's nothing in it that says it has to come back. The pound has something that says it has to come back. Aussie can go down. So the hope is that if Aussie go down and the pound go down, likely the euro will follow, which means it's a dollar movement and the euro will go down. That's the only hope for you. And in that case, you can get out for positive. I am not telling you that it's going to happen, but I'm telling you that's a likelihood. Let me see. There's more questions. Let me go ahead. Okay, next one. I'm impressed today. Thought catching sniper entries is the only way to be profitable, but direction is more important. Exactly. Here's the thing about this concept. It's not only that it gives you the direction, it makes you understand what the chart is doing. It's like reading the bloody charts. It's like reading a book. You're watching it, you're understanding what the patterns can do, and you can see we're forecasting them all the time for you. It's not like hey, suddenly they come and they tell us they buy or they sell. You're looking at, and I'm telling you the reasons as to why we think this pattern is going to behave this way, and what do we do, how we safeguard if it doesn't go. When trades don't go, we safeguard. 3 trades for this week that didn't go, more than 3, I think there were about 4 or 5 trades that didn't go. Only 2 of them closed for slight loss. The CAD is 1, and then we went and we made profit on the CAD, right? I think one more trade. What was the other trades I took that I closed for slight loss? The rest we closed that didn't go, but closed them for positive. It's an amazing method of an amazing way of trading, and you trade with a level of confidence when you understand what's happening. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. The Bitcoin monthly pattern, it's a running flat in the middle. So it probably we don't know this for sure, but it's probably starting the impulse to the upside in a bigger running flat, and after that it will come back down to complete the entire corrective structure and then go back up. Good question, by the way. That's a really good one. You literally ask a question that a wave trader would ask. One of my students would ask that. That's a good question. You sure you're not in my group? That's a really good question. Let's go. You know when people understand what wave analysis to an extent. Don't you think when you put entries above the flat is risky, low risk? No, it's not. If you understand what you're doing, it's not. Where you pick the flat from and where you pick what type of flat, where you pick the flat, where you pick the entry order, it's the safest trade. If you try picking it from the bottom and you go see what happens to you. So here's a good example. Sorry, I'll use your example of the euro. I'm very sorry for that, but to that question, this would be the best example. So let's go here, 50, right? Give me one reason why a sell should be here, right? Because you think it's going down. So you don't wait for a flat. You think you got an advantage, right? Oh, it's going down. I have an advantage. Why wait for a flag? I would say wait for the flag. I would say wait for this to make a flag here. And then not only let it make the flag, wait for the flag to break. Because this flag could make and the flag could go up to the top. You want me to show you one? Anybody want to guess which one that just happened to? When I said put the entry order under the flag, and if it goes down, you're in a good trade, and instead it went up. It just happened. Let me see how many of you have good memories. Nope, not the EuroCAD. It just happened. That thing, I just show you guys. This is a perfect sell setup before the news, and it actually went up. Bitcoin, no. Come on, let's the guessing go. Let me see which one of you have good memory. No, not Bitcoin, but Bitcoin it happened to, but not Bitcoin was the one I showed you. Maybe Bitcoin went up, by the way, but not Bitcoin was the one. The one I showed was this one, just before the news, the S&P 500. Remember I said that's a perfect sell setup on the S&P 500? Right, the sell setup on this one here. Before the news, I said this is a good one to sell because this is going to drop here and then go back up. Instead, it went up. But Bitcoin also, you guys are right. Yes, I also mentioned Bitcoin too. That is a good one. So thank you. But I remember this one because this is one I was focused on. Bitcoin, perfect sell setup, right? Perfect sell setup. Why do we want it to break? So that it can prove that it is actually doing what you think it's doing. If it goes up like this, what happened? You're not in the trade. So if you think you can pick the top of that flag, if you go in a 5 minutes and you said, why wait for it to break? I'm going to take it from this top here. I'm smarter than everybody. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to sell it there. And I would put a stop here. I'm going to sell it there and I'll put a stop right here. Congratulations. You sold it here. And some people like to put a stop here. Some of them will put a stop here. See, it does not make sense. Don't think you're smarter than the market. You're trying to tell the market that I see this flag and I know you have to go. And we're telling the market, we see a flag. Okay, if you're going to go, we're going to join you. If you're not going, then good. Thank you. You're not in trade. And that's the huge difference. Anyone who encourages you to do this will blow your account. Literally will blow your account. You try doing that as often and see what happens to you. This is a tiny flag. If it breaks, here's the thing. Here's what I think what your question should be. Before we take a flag, should we look at whether there is good risk to reward in that trade? Yes, you should. How many of you name one chart that we said this is going to drop, but we are not selling it because it doesn't have good risk to reward? Let me see how many of you are paying attention. I told you that Monday, I told you Tuesday, and I told you today. We're not selling this. We wanted to go break the low and then we'll be looking for the buy. Name me one chart. There's more than one, but name me one. Anybody? Anybody? There's one chart that I can show you that I said this thing is going to drop. But once it breaks the low, we're not sure where it's going to go. So we're not going to trade it. At least there were 3 charts I showed you. I told you about the Aussie Swiss. I told you about the dollar Swiss. We're not selling it. Right? Exactly, the dollar Swiss, somebody remember. I told you that, forecast. We're not selling it because there's no good risk to reward in the trade. Now, that should be your question. When you see a flag, as a matter of fact, I said to you, you can take this one. But because you have to use a big stop, there is no good risk to reward in that trade. And we think it's going to come here. Now, this morning or yesterday, I think I said, well, you can sell this flag here if you want. And you can use a stop here, but there is no good risk to reward in that trade because once it breaks this low, it can turn. There are a number of trades we took like that we said, okay, there is no risk to reward here. It's up to you. Some of my traders who are aggressive traders, they take it. And they get lucky like this one. You got lucky there. But this is a news driven. Why take this when you can buy the euro, you can buy the Aussie in the news and make a ton of money? With no risk in it, with little risk in it, very little risk. You see what I'm saying? Is that not everything that moves you have to jump in. If I have a choice between selling this and buying the euro just now, I buy the euro. If I have a choice between selling this and buying the Aussie, you buy the Aussie. It's that simple. So when we see trades with flags that it's a perfect flag, it's going to go, but it doesn't confirm to us that there's a lot of risk to reward in the trade, then you just say let it go. Go with the ones that has high risk to reward in them. That should be the question. The question is not be whether I should get aggressive and go sell the top of the flag or the bottom of the flag to get in earlier. No, you're going to break your account. At least 2 trades just show you that you would have taken losses if you do that. And that happens pretty often to a lot of traders. They think they're smarter than the market. They're going to get in way earlier. All of you saw the ad with the guy with a few mechanical trades that are going to make you rich. You're going to come and this is the explanation of the mechanical trade. And here's the thing. If you go and test it, you will see how it doesn't help you. He says, just imagine if you come in every morning, 9 a.m. London market or 8 a.m. London market, and you see that it make this move, right? And it starts to do this and it come here. So you can put an entry here, you can put a stop here, and you're going to put a target here. And if you go back 1,000, how much? You didn't say 1,000, maybe 100 or 10, let's say 10 even if you go back. And you look every morning at the same time and you see exactly the same thing. You can repeat that every morning and you can pull this profit out. Let's say, he says, let's say 7 work and how many? 3 didn't work. You will make profit, right? Sounds very nice and interesting, right? Bullshit. I can challenge him on that. I will sit with him every morning and let him find exactly 8 o'clock that is what the chart do and that's what he's going to do and he's going to make money. He wouldn't. You know how I know? We tested it. We literally went back and tested over 100 of them on those hours. We tested the 7 o'clock, we tested the 8 o'clock, we tested the 9 o'clock, we tested the 10 o'clock. We did all 4 of those testing in the London Open and in the New York Open. We picked, at the London Open, we did the Pong and the Pong Yen. The New York Open, we did 4 or 5 different of the dollar majors. BS. It doesn't work. If that was so easy, everybody will sit there exactly that hour and do exactly the same thing. No, every day it's different. Every single freaking day it's different. And you can't guess which day what it's going to do unless you're using a pattern to recognize where it's going to go. And most of the time it will go take you out and then go in the direction you think it's going to go eventually when it opens. So that is pure BS. That mechanical rule trading is pure BS. But it's a big ad on YouTube and it's selling very well. Because it makes sense. It's simply, the simplicity of it makes you want to buy it. Most traders like simple-minded thing. This is simple. Why go learn wave analysis? Why study money management? Why understand what the patterns are going to do? Why go on the caution side of trade? When I can just put X, Y, Z and bingo, I got money. Entry, stop, target, and every time it goes to my target. They sell you a dream because you're dumb. Or at least they think you're dumb. That's why they sell you that. Anybody who is selling you simplicity thinks you're dumb. And only if you're dumb or you're simplistic, you will go for that. If you're smarter, you would say, okay, let me go check that thing, see if it works. Let me go 8 o'clock every day, pick the Pong and see whether it behaves the same way. Well, it doesn't. I've done the test for you. But you can go back and do it for yourself. You should go back and do it for yourself. And see that it doesn't work. If it was working, don't you think we'll be trading it? Don't you think all of us here had the sense to say, let's go see if it's working? All of us do that, right? We're pretty much, we're not stupid people, right? We can go, hey, let's go check, see if that thing is working. Let's go 8 o'clock every day in the New York session. We're in the London session and see if the Pong is going to do the same thing every morning. We're there every morning, 8 o'clock trading. We were here this morning and we're there every morning. It doesn't do the same thing. It's never ever going to do the same thing. It's not going to come to this point and you put an entry or you put a stopper and then it's going to go exactly where you want it to go. And every morning, 8 o'clock, exactly like a clock itself, it's going to work like that. But it's simplistic, right? It's easy, it's catchy. It's like you think, well, I could just take my brain out and put it to rest in the Hawaii and I could trade. I don't need a brain to trade. I just put my brain in Hawaii, let it relax there in the sun, and I can go take these mechanical trades and make money. Well, your brain will get sunburn and you will not make any money. It's not that easy, guys. Don't let them sell you simplicity. Question everything you hear, learn about it, think of what you're doing, analyze, backtest, do all of that stuff, and it's doable. That's the thing. But what do you think about the traders that said that they trade like institutional traders? Yeah, and I trade like God. He trades like institutional. Let me up that up, right? He's trading like institutional traders. I'm trading like God. I'm one step above him. Who you want to join? The institutional traders or God? Come on, he has a line to the institutional trader. I have a direct line to God. You understand why I'm exaggerating that, right? Because it's BS. That guy is sitting in his basement somewhere in, I don't know, wherever he's living, and he's telling you he trades like institutional traders. Well, why don't he go with the institutional traders and trade? Because it's nonsense. Do you think Citibank tell him how they trade? He hasn't access to know how Citibank and Bundesbank and all of those trade? Oh no, he trades like the smart money because he's the smart money. Right? Nobody else is smart. He's the only smart money, so he trades like the smart money. I love those two. They're amazing. Anybody who tells you they trade like the smart money or with the smart money or like the institutions or with the institutions, ask them, so why the hell aren't you with the institutions? Why are you here trading with retail traders? We trade like retail traders. We try to understand what the institutional traders are doing. They will never tell us what they're doing. And we might never know what they're doing. But whatever they do is printed on the charts. And because we can look at the charts and say, hey, I think these patterns, when we see it, repeat themselves this way. Maybe that is what they're trying to do. And if they're going to do that, then we have a flag here that we can sell or we can buy. And if they do that, as we expect them to do, then great, we will be with them. We just did that with the euro. We just did that in front of you. That's exactly what I did. I said to you guys, I said, guys, euro is going to go up. Now, I do believe that in the shorter term, euro should come here and then go back up. But because we have a news coming, and when we see something like this in the news, it normally goes this way, we're going to go with the buy. See? Now, does the institutional trader do that? I don't know. I can't come and tell you that BS that I know the institutional traders are doing that. I have no freaking idea what they're doing. I didn't call they didn't call me this morning. My phone was not charged. So I don't know. Normally they'll call me every morning. I looked at the Aussie and I said the same thing. I said, you see this flag when you see it here? Normally they go up. So we're going to say if they're going to go up, this thing could have dropped. This thing could have dropped like that. But if they're going to go up, then we will join them just above the flag. And we will take that profit off of it. I'm not telling you that I'm trading like an institutional trader. That is me BSing you. And if you like to be BS, then go with those guys. I'm telling you, we're looking at the charts and trying to figure out what the next possible move is going to be. And we can see it in the charts, and 80% of the time we will get it right. But when we get it wrong, we get the hell out of it really fast. Here is where we got it wrong. Pung. Remember this morning we sold the pung here? And remember what I tell you? Once it comes to this level, and the arrow is still there, so you can see it. Go back, watch the webinar. We will move this trade to break even, because there's a high probability they're going to go up. But I believe that there's a chance that they could also make a correction and drop, make a correction and drop, make a correction and drop, if this is a leading diagonal. Now they told us that's not a leading diagonal. Or at least for now, it's not a leading diagonal. So when it gets here, what I did, I actually closed my trade even before the news. Once I see this consolidation, I already decide we're not getting that. I'm out of the trade. So when they don't do what I expect them to do, I get the hell out of the trade for a very, very small loss, or in this case, a small profit, which I call break-even, positive and negative break-even. We did that with the CAD, and I actually even sold the CAD again. So I did that with the CAD today. Go back and watch it, this one. Remember, we sold the CAD here with a stop here. And once this starts to consolidate like that, I got out here for a small loss like this. And then we put an entry order to sell here. I had my entry order here. It tagged me. It came down here. And then when I saw this started to happen, again, I closed the trade there. And we know this was a sell, but we didn't take the sell, because this price is too far away from where the entry point should be. So what you're doing is you're logically looking at the chart and trying to understand what it's going to do. And then you said, well, if this, then this. And it has nothing to do with what the institutional traders are doing, because I still don't know what the heck they're doing. And you don't. And nobody, no retail trader knows it. Not even retail traders. As a matter of fact, Citibank does not know what the other banks are doing. It's not like they're communicating, telling each other what they're doing. But they have an interbank trading platform. And they put their orders out there. So some bank will know what the other bank is doing. Because if Citibank wants to buy euro, and they buy euro, not euro yen or euro pound or euro, they will buy euro, they buy currency, they trade currency, they don't trade pairs. That's a huge difference in what we do, right? We're not actually trading currencies. We're speculating on the price of the currencies against another currency. So what we're doing is we're saying, we think this one will get weak in relationship to this one, or this one will get strong in relationship to this one. That is what we are doing. What they're doing is that we will buy euro or we will sell euro. Right? So educate yourself. Don't let people tell you BS. That they're trading with the big money and they're trading with the smart money, and because it's easier to sell. You see, if you go and you tell people, here's the thing, they're packaging it for you. So when you walk in the shop, you look for the thing with the best package, right? The shiny, nice package. That's the one you want. You hardly try to find out what's inside of the package. So the more they package it, like the guy who's selling, he has platinum course, he has pro course, he has super pro course, he has the winning strategy course, he has a whole lot of bullshit course. But when you see that, you think, I want that platinum course. That sounds great. Platinum, yeah, I want to be a platinum trader. So why do you have 10 different courses? Which one of those actually make you a successful trader? If any one make you a successful trader, then why you have 10? Or why do you have more than one if this is the one that could make you a successful trader? Because it's called selling things. Now, we don't have any courses like that. You either join the group and become a successful trader, or you don't join us. You see the method we use, you see the strategies we use, you see how we do it. If you join us, we're going to try our best to make you a successful trader. Would you be a successful trader? Who the hell knows? One trader asked me that, and I said, I don't know the answer. And he said, but how can I join you if you don't know? I said, because I don't know you. I don't know your ability to learn. I don't know your ability to analyze. I don't know your ability to handle risk. I don't know what capital you have. I don't know what time you trade. I don't know if you have time to trade. I don't know if your wife will beat you up tomorrow and you wouldn't be able to trade because you can't see well. I don't know anything about that, so I don't know if you will be a successful trader. What I can promise you is we're going to try our best to help you, to teach you, to guide you, and to help you every day to be a successful trader. That's what I can promise you for sure, because we do that every day. Now, can you take what my successful traders are doing and replicate it in your trading? Congratulations, you'll be a successful trader. Now, if you can't do that, you will get some winning trades with us, but you wouldn't be able to trade as an independent trader by yourself. Most of my traders are independent traders. They can trade by themselves. Some of them become so independent that they're training traders to trade, and they're telling traders that they train me to trade as well. So independent and so good, they probably come of it. Some of them are even selling the courses without even understanding what's in the course itself. All of that exists. Human beings, we do all kinds of crappy things, right? We still have to look ourselves in the mirror. So I would do what makes me comfortable to wake up in the morning and look myself in the mirror. I would not tell you that I'm trading with any institutional trader. I don't have the patience and the time for that bullshit. I will not promise you anything I cannot deliver on. Because then I have to wake up the next morning and look in the mirror. And if you know me, you would know I wouldn't do that. Right? So when we say join us, that's why we're giving you 2 months. Pay for 1 month, show us you're interested in learning. We will give you 2 months to make the decision whether you will stay with us. There's a guy in France that sell wave trading. Oh, there's a lot of them, not one of them. He was honest and he said he learned from me. Yeah, I heard of him. Congrats to him, he's a good guy. At least he learned something and he has decency. There's a lot of them out there who are trying to say they taught me how this works. Right? So, well, they have to wake up and look themselves in the mirror. And if they can, well then, so be it. Right? I am not going to go and tell them what to do. So, you guys, I want you to question what you hear out there. That's the most thing. That's the most important thing. Question what you hear so that you can... You're traders, right? You want to be intellectually smart traders. You don't want to be dumb traders. You don't want people to tell you dumb stuff. I respect you, so I can't tell you dumb stuff. I can't tell you I'm trading like an institutional trader. I can't tell you I'm trading with this smart money. I don't even know what they mean by smart money. The big institutions, Warren Buffett, am I trading with him? No. Absolutely not. I don't think he even trades like us. He's an investor. He doesn't trade. So trading with the smart money is trading with who? Exactly. And how do you know? See? Just question them. Ask questions like that and you will see that they can't give you answers, or they'll give you some BS answers and then you run away from there. Okay, let's go. What are the questions? Besides, how would anyone have access to other information than everyone knows that this type of information has to be kept private at all times per day? Yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, even if it's not private, we all know that they're BSing. Come on, anytime you go on YouTube and you look at the video, and you look at the head of the video, the name of the video, and all of that, and you can imagine, you can immediately tell that's BS. Sometimes you watch the video just to figure out what the BS is, right? But you can tell it's BS. I mean, come on, you're all smart guys. I know none of you are stupid. You're all very smart. So you will see a BS and you will know what it is. Right? So it's just whether you want to buy into that BS. And some people will, oh, let me just give it a try, maybe. Right? Especially if the guy's telling you his whole course is $100, then you may say, well, I could afford to throw away $100. Why not go try it? Husband, I like that one. Husband beating is the main factor for husband trading success. Good lashes, right? I like, exactly. I don't know why you would be successful or not. I mean, I can't promise anybody that, and I've never promised anybody that. I always tell them, we will try our best. We will give you everything possible to make you. We will discuss everything you want to discuss in our trading room. And we do that. My traders here, they can hear me talk, right? So they know that whether I'm telling the truth or not, because tomorrow we'll be in the trading room again with them. Right? I can't come and tell you nonsense here and then go face my traders in the trading room and know that all of them heard exactly the crazy stuff I told you. Right? And we have hundreds of traders in our trading room. So I can't come and tell you, here I'm trading with the smart money and the big guys, and then go in the trading room with my traders and they're like, dude, where is this smart money and big, institutional traders you're trading with? Right? It's that simple. It doesn't make sense. And that is why we have an active trading room. And that is why it is one of the best trading rooms in the world, because we discuss everything and we don't talk nonsense. We don't have the patience and the time for that. We do what we can do best. Trade. I'll leave you guys with that thought so that you can go and, you can go and ask questions out there and you will learn. I think so far the week is going amazing. We still have 2 more days. Invite your friends to come over and join us and see what we do. They don't have to do anything. They can just come. It's free, and take a look and see whether they like it or not. So far, all the days so far has been profitable. Hope we can keep it that way. We have 2 more days to go. Take care. Trade with care. Thank you guys for being here. You're amazing. See all of you tomorrow. Right? You guys have a good day too. Take your profit. Remember, they can all go back up, right? We expect the Swiss and all of that. My traders, I'll let you know if we can trade there for MC, if I can trade there for MC, especially if I see that they're good setups, right? I'll inform you guys and we'll go trade. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.